was.
I never did before.
Good, how are you? I'm sorry if we're talking, but I'm running on.
I didn't want to cut it. You want me to come? No. No, I usually don't have one at this time.
I actually have an assistant.
It would keep you
now.
awake.
I
mean, if she was bringing like a Moses or something, one then I'd have a
Ready? Okay. We will call to order the Board of License Commissioners November 1st, 2016 meeting. We have 6 items on the agenda. One's going to be added on. Before we start, I would like to read, pursuant to the open meeting law, any person may make an audio or video recording of this public meeting or may transmit the meeting through any medium. Attendees are therefore advised that such recordings or transmissions are being made, whether perceived or unperceived, by those present and are deemed acknowledged and permissible. With that, we'll put this upside down there to Ms. Danning. We have Jim Anderson sitting in today for Director Jay Duca. Mr. Anderson is an experienced member of this board and has participated in many items. So we're going to skip around first. Usually we do the charities, but we're going to just jump out of order. I had a request to do something earlier today because of a prior engagement that they have to get to. So I'm going to call agenda item number 6, hearing regarding the request for a reversal of the transfer of the CV all alcohol license from Beachcomber Bounty Inc. back to Boulevard Haven Inc., originally granted December 22nd, 2015, Joseph M. Iannello. How are you today, Joseph?
Very well, how are you?
Very good, very good. So tell us the saga as much as you can of what has happened.
Is the present license over here?
Yes, he is. No, I'm sorry. I guess.
No.
No, administrative transferee is, I guess, not here.
I was kind of hoping it'd be here.
So I represent Pat McGettrick and Boulevard Haven, and we were engaged in a sale transaction for the real estate as well as the business and liquor license to a corporation and a gentleman who we've been unable to locate and last breached our purchase and sale agreement in September 15th.
Makes you feel that way when you look.
I understand everybody is pursuing, but at any rate, I guess the administrative transfer preceded the consummation of the sale of the assets.
And the gentleman who we're looking for is not listed on the liquor license. He's not listed on anything at all.
He is not.
Within
No,
this, right. He was just the real estate person of the transaction.
Exactly right.
Okay.
Yes, yeah. So as the sale did not occur, buyer did not attend the closing or deliver the sale proceeds, we're asking that the board reverse the previous transfer.
Okay. We have reached out to the ABCC and got their opinion on it, and they agree that we can, the key words were a reversal of the transfer of the license so that our records will reflect that it has gone back to Pat McGettrick and his family,
Sure.
and that the ABCC will be able to reflect that in their records, that it's still in their hands. We know you guys are looking to continue to sell the property and the license, so we are coming upon renewal season. Make sure you get your renewal application in for this year. The forms should be going out shortly.
Okay.
So that's where we stand right now. Before I look to the board members, do you have anything else you want to add?
I do not.
Any members of the audience have any questions, comments? Seeing none, we'll close it. Board members, everybody know what's going on?
I'd like to make a motion for a reversal of the transfer of the appeal of the CV all alcohol license for the Beachcomber Bounty Inc. back to the Boulevard Haven Inc., originally granted on December 22nd, 2015, represented by Joseph M. Iannello.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to grant the request for a reversal of the transfer of the license So it will be going back from Beachcomber Bounty Inc. back to Boulevard Haven Inc. And it's represented by Joseph M. Iannella. All in favor?
Aye.
You're all set, okay?
Thank you very much.
Good luck. Keep us informed of what's going on, all right?
Yes, I do. Thank you very much.
This all, let's be number one.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Thanks, Rob.
With that, we will shut down.
Oh, yeah. Good, good. Nice to see you. Oh. Yeah, yeah. I sure will. Okay, Chief. All right, bye-bye.
Agenda item number one, hearing regarding the request for a one-day wine and malt license for the annual House Neck Chili Fest, Saturday, January 28, 2017. House Neck Congregational Church, 310 Manor Ave. Miss Pamela Craig. Come on up, Pamela. And you are,
As you can see, I'm not Pam.
oh, yeah, we can see.
I'm Ralph Jacobs, a member of the church, and Pam was nice enough to volunteer to be the chairman of this fundraiser, but she was a little apprehensive about coming to the board. So anyway, I volunteered to do it. I've done it for a number of years now. You probably may recognize me. And this is an annual event in House Neck, welcomed by the community and those outside the community, all chili lovers. If you'd like to come down for $5, you can have all the chili you can imagine, 20 different flavors, and it's a great afternoon. And you know, we really don't sell a lot of beer, but maybe 3 dozen beers, that's all. But people who like chili, some of them just like to have a cold beer with their chili. So that's, if you have any questions, glad to answer.
The hours of the Chili Fest are?
I think there are 1 to 5. I don't have the information right in front of me, but I think it's 1 to 5. Just a Saturday afternoon.
1 to 5, we'll say. So if we say noon to 6, how does that sound?
Oh, that's,
You good?
yeah, that's too much chili.
Okay. You can sit there and set up and do everything else. And this is Saturday, noon to 6, boom, boom, boom. Any other questions, comments? Board, any members of the audience have any comments, questions? Seeing none, board members.
I'd like to make a motion, Mr. Chairman, to grant a request for a one-day liquor license for the for the annual House Neck Chili Fest, Saturday, January 28, 2017, at the House Neck Congregational Church. The hours of noon to 6, represented by Ralph Jacobs.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to grant the request for a one-day wine and malt license for the annual House Neck Chili Fest, Saturday, January 28, 2017, at the House Neck Congregational Church, 310 Manor Ave, from noon to 6, represented by Ralph Jacobs. All in favor?
Aye.
You're all set.
Thank you
Good luck,
very much.
okay? Rose Minton, come on up, Rose. Hearing regarding the request for a one-day liquor license for the Haiti Health Alliance, Saturday, November 5th, 7 p.m. to midnight at 108 Myrtle Street, Miss Rose Minton. Rose, why don't you tell us about the event? I know this isn't the first time that you guys have come before us. You've come
It is
before
our
us
first
before.
time.
It is the first time? I
Yeah.
thought you've come before us for something else.
It might be another group. This is our first fundraiser.
Okay.
Let's see.
There's another church down there.
There is.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah,
not a
yeah.
church. It's a nonprofit 503B made up of nurses, of Haitian background, and
Okay.
other nurses.
That's Myrtle Street. Yeah. That's where you're operating out of, Myrtle Street, right?
That's where
Yeah.
we're having the
That-
function.
That's where the function's going
It's a fundraiser.
It's a fundraiser. It's from 7 p.m. to midnight, and the hopes is to have guest speakers, entertainment, food and dining, and beverages and dancing.
So it would be open to the public if they wanted to purchase tickets?
We're currently selling tickets right now. We will be open to selling tickets at the door, but we don't expect very many.
And if somebody wanted to buy tickets, how would they do it?
can do it online or at the door.
Online would be,
We have a website. It's HaitiHealthAlliance.org.
so if someone wanted to go, they could go to that website and purchase a ticket?
Yes, and donate.
Perfect.
And the hours are 7 to 12, right?
Yes.
And what do you sell, is it beer and wine, or is it all alcohol, or
We would prefer all alcohol, but
and who's gonna serve the alcohol? Is there a
we
company?
have a bartender that's licensed. I have his class number.
Okay, that's fine.
I think we're only allowed to do beer and wine. I don't think it can be all alcohol. It's a wine and malt, one-day wine and malt.
Even if she has a bartender?
Yeah. I think it's wine and malt, yeah. Maybe, am I wrong? All right, we'll check.
Okay.
Either way.
Thank you.
And who's gonna be supplying the food? Is it gonna be catered, or is it?
It's gonna be catered by Oasis Caribbean Catering Service. It's a license.
I've heard of that. Any members of the audience have any comments, questions? Seeing none, board members?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to grant the one-day liquor license request for the Haiti Health Alliance, Saturday, November 5th, 7 p.m. to midnight, 108 Myrtle Street, represented by Ms. Rose Mitten. If not, be a beer and
Yeah.
wine.
Second?
Motion made and seconded to grant the request for a one-day liquor license for the Haiti Health Alliance, Saturday, November 5th, from 7 p.m. to midnight at 108 Myrtle Street, represented by Ms. Rose Mitten. All in favor? Aye. You're all set, okay?
Thank you. I'd like
Good
to
luck.
invite you all.
Thank you.
Agenda item number 3, hearing regarding the request for a common vicular license of Five Guys Burgers and Fries, 1250 Hancock Street. Mr. Sean Olson. Sean, how are you today?
I'm well, thank you.
You are going over to 1250 Hancock Street, the old Weight Watchers? Is that
Yes.
what they used to be there?
That's appropriate.
Appropriate. You're going to be Five Guys Burgers and Fries. Why don't you tell us about what you're going to do?
Well, this will be our 8th location, my 9th location of Five Guys. I've been in it 8 years. Very happy to bring it to town and serve great burgers and french fries and shakes. We're very active in all of our communities that we go to with lots of fundraisers. We sponsor many, many teams, fundraisers for Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, libraries, you name it. We're very involved in town and look forward to doing it here in Quincy.
We have all of the necessary paperwork here. This is a non-alcohol store. It's just a regular CV license. We have the emergency contact form. Building department was there. And I want to say Robert. Yeah? Rob Conlon, maybe, yeah. That's Robert F. Conlon?
That's Mr. Conlon.
Yes, Rob was there, and Paul Anderson from my office was there. All of the other information is here, workman's comp. And hours of operation are going to be,
Monday, 7 days a week, 11 to 10.
and when do you plan on being?
We are hoping to open the last week of December.
Last week, you want to get everything in before tax.
That's exactly right.
Okay. With that, any members of the audience have any comments, questions?
You're gonna run just like your other stores, same principle, and peanuts and all that stuff?
Yes.
Quick question.
Obviously good for-
Are you one of the Five Guys, original? Okay.
Okay,
Good to go.
good to go.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to grant the request for a common vicular license of Five Guys Burgers and Fries at 1250 Hancock Street, represented by Mr. Sean Olson.
Second?
Motion made and seconded to grant the request of Mr. George motion made and seconded to grant the request for a common vicular license of Five Guys Burgers and Fries, 1250 Hancock Street, represented by Mr. Sean Olson. All in favor?
Aye.
You're all set, Sean.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
Mr.
Good luck.
Olson, I just want to say, if there's a fire truck parked in front of your business, it's good for business.
That's right.
Nice.
Yeah, back.
Invite friends and family to see you soon. Thank you.
Good luck.
nonprofit
Yeah.
organization, they can do it. So
And
there you
those
go.
burgers?
No, but I look forward to it.
Yeah, they're good. Like sinful.
On Mass General Law, Chapter 138, the nonprofit can't have a one-day all alcohol. Thank you for clarification.
I know there, it wasn't.
Okay.
Who was that?
Hearing regarding the request of Mr. George Athensopoulos for a common vicular license at 1054 Hancock Street, Early American.
Yeah, they're good.
George Athensopoulos. We will put you on the back burner and hold that till the end. We're going to go to hearing regarding the continued hearing of September 27th regarding the request of Richdale Convenience, 1205 Hancock Street. Paratosh Patel, the manager, for transfer, change of location, and pledge of the retail wine and malt package store license presently held by Tran B&W LLC, Franklin Beer and Wine, 5355 Franklin Street. Robert Fleming, attorney. This is a request to change the location from Franklin Beer and Wine on 5355 Franklin Street to 1205 Hancock Street to Richdale Convenience. And Mr. Fleming, this hearing was opened up on the 27th, and it was advertised on September 15th in the Quincy Sun. Did you get the green cards back already when we opened this up?
I will give those to Ms. Manning. I do have those with me.
Okay, good. All right, now that you know that you have your green cards, why don't we open this up and why don't you tell us what's going on, okay?
Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Again, Rob Fleming from Fleming & Fleming. I do represent Paratosh Patel, who's the manager of 1205 Hancock LLC. Mr. Paratosh is here as well, if you have any questions for him specifically. So again, this is a request for a transfer of a current beer and wine license held by Tran B&W LLC, currently operating on Franklin Street. I'm not sure the exact number on Franklin, but I'm sure the board knows them as well. This is also a request for, obviously, a change of location and pledge of license to Rockland Trust. Don't hold it against him, Mr. Patel is a North Shore guy. He has a number of both Richdale convenience stores, and some of them selling beer and wine, alcohol. He did open a store here in Brewers Corner some time ago, so he's fairly new to the South Shore area, getting more and more involved in the South Shore community, specifically Quincy. He will be the manager at this particular store. This store is adjacent, right next door to Starbucks in the newer Monroe building. He will be there on site probably 30 hours per week. The intention is to have two people working each day, Monday through Sunday. Hours of operation will be 10 a.m. to 10 p.m.
10 a.m. to 10 p.m.?
That's correct, yes. My understanding with respect to deliveries, as it is directly on Hancock Street, is beer deliveries, I believe, twice per week. Wine is about the same as well. I believe deliveries will be directly from Hancock, because I'm not sure. Is it in the back?
Yeah, there's a loading
Is it in
zone
the back?
back.
Okay, so deliveries will come through the rear of this space here. That makes sense. So if you have any questions for myself or Mr. Patel, I'm happy to answer those. So again, this was continued. This was at the request of Constable Forrest, so she could notify, I think, a few businesses in the area as well. And we were happy to do that.
What were the days of operation, I'm sorry?
It'd be Monday, 7 days a week, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Yeah, Sundays 11s.
Yeah. And you have to file separately for the Sunday hours.
With the ABCC or?
That's the end of the
Yeah,
agency.
that's the ABC.
Okay.
And then how are you gonna store wine on Sunday?
I'm sorry,
How are you gonna store it so that it's locked on Sunday?
No, on Sunday, we will sell.
You can only sell between 10 and 6.
10 and 6, so I will have a curtain in place so that, you know, it will block off, like there's a separate room with a door. So I'll be having a lot of wine there, and then some beer will be in the cooler, but, you know, I do have we'll have a POS system, and my employees will be, you know, knowledgeable that they cannot sell beyond 6 p.m. So,
I was in there today and I looked around. You're gonna be adding more refrigeration units?
no, we're gonna use the existing refrigeration, what we
Just
have.
bounce around?
Yeah, I mean, I don't expect to
Do those
sell-
doors have locks on them?
Do they have locks? No, but I can.
You'll have to lock them
Yes.
because on Sundays, if you're gonna stay open until 10 o'clock at night, you can't sell after 6 o'clock on Sundays.
Yes.
So those doors will have to be locked.
Sure.
All wine will have to be secured on any off hours that you're not allowed to sell
Beyond 6
alcohol.
p.m. Yep. I understand.
So,
Yeah. Most of my
For the
wine-
most part, you're gonna be fine because it's 10 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Right.
6 days a week. It's
Right.
that Sunday.
Correct.
If you're gonna be open
Yes.
past 6 o'clock on Sundays, you're gonna have to be able to secure that wine somehow.
More than just a curtain?
Yes.
Yeah, I understand. Okay.
Before, before I have a bunch of letters that I have to read into the record.
Just, can I ask you quickly, who was the pledge of license to? Was it Rockland Trust?
That's correct, yes, Rockland Trust.
Okay.
Okay, so this is, Dear Commissioner Shealy, I am writing as a small business owner who passionately cares about the future development of Quincy's downtown area. I am strongly opposed to the proposed liquor license transfer from Franklin Beer and Wine to Richdale Convenience Store located at 1205 Hancock Street in Quincy Center. The Franklin Beer and Wine convenient license is allocated to that area of Quincy and should remain in that neighborhood where it was originally granted. I operate a specialty wine, beer, and gift shop in a storefront on Hancock Street. Please note, a convenience store with a wine and malt license does not compete with my business because the products are different and each appeal to a different market. Even so, why is it necessary to move this license downtown when there are already 2 such license holders, Gypsy Kitchen and Goody's Food Mart, all within a 100-foot radius? I respectfully question the City of Quincy's position on this type of downtown planning. If this is approved, there will be 3 beer and wine licenses within 1 block. We need more diverse businesses and shopping options. Another convenience beer and wine license will not support the growth of a flourishing community of businesses that add value to Quincy's image. In addition to the current 2 license holders, Quincy Center also already has several full liquor license retailers within blocks of one another. The Rite Aid Pharmacy, the Corner Food Mart near the Fowler House on Hancock Street, and the pending full license for Hancock Tobacco next to Alba's Restaurant. What is so revolutionary about another convenience store having a wine and malt license that is going to improve Quincy Center? Moving forward with this license transfer does not benefit the city that is creating unique shopping experiences for new customers. We need to rethink this type of strategy. Downtown redevelopment is not just about building new infrastructure, planter boxes, and a park. Quincy needs to attract shopping diversity, boutiques, gift stores, clothing shops, and other unique retail. For example, having numerous convenience stores selling lottery, alcohol, or hair and nail salons in the same area will only appeal to one buyer. Without proper planning and strategy for attracting diverse retail shopping experiences, we will not set Quincy apart from other cities. Allowing any type of business to fill a store vacancy does not encompass the fruit of urban redevelopment. It is not the road we should travel on to make Quincy the gem it deserves to be. You are the gatekeepers who protect the character of downtown. The board and city council members must consider if approving such a transfer will enhance Quincy Center. Unfortunately, I will not be able to attend the public hearing on November 1st. Please accept this letter as well as my feedback. My views on the matter come from genuinely caring about the future we are working towards to make Quincy Center special. Sincerely, Lisa LeMay, proprietor of the Gypsy Kitchen, 1241 Hancock Street. We have a Dear Mr. Shealy, I regret for not able to come to the hearing tonight. We would like to take a few minutes of your time to express our concerns on the application of Richdale Convenience Store for their transfer of wine and malt license at 1205 Hancock Street in Quincy Center. As the owner of Gunther Tootie's, the coffee shop in the same building as the proposed address of the Richdale Convenience Store, I strongly oppose to the granting of the liquor license. The area around Quincy Center is always a tough spot for running a small business. Constant activities like drug dealing, vandalism, homeless begging, sleeping, unconsciously drunk people laying around are often seen. Giving out another liquor license would only bring more of these unwanted visitors and keeping good customers out of the area. Doing business in the center is already challenging. Our daily tasks can't be just the focus of operating our business, but also to deal with the use of bathrooms, calling police on issuing no trespassing notices. We should work together to keep those bad behaviors out of the area, but not to encourage them by having another liquor store outside of the T station. Thank you for reading my email, and thank you for understanding our concerns. We just want to focus in working hard to strive our business to better serve the community and to profit the city of Quincy. Regards, Leslie Zentos. Dear Chairman Shea and Councilor LaForest, or Chairman Shealy, didn't see you. Trying to play Joe. Dear Chairman Shealy and Councilor LaForest, I'm unable to make a November 1st open meeting regarding a proposed liquor license at the Richdale Convenience Store, and hope you don't mind me shooting you an email to convey my proverbial 2 cents. I live at 1205 Hancock Street, so essentially in the same building as the subject location. I grew up in Quincy on Wallace Road, where my dad still lives. So I'm thinking about the sort of immediate area where I live and also trying to keep the broader picture of the city in mind. All this said, I think the bad things that may come from a fourth, location with a liquor license within a literal stone's throw of my door are very likely to outweigh whatever modest benefits may accrue to the city. Here's why. Number one, there's been and likely still is hard drug activity sales going on around that T station, outside City Hall and the Starbucks. I foresee people drinking in the parking lot, getting drunk, and smashing bottles, just by dint of having a place right near where drugs are obtained. Come what may, if the license is ultimately approved, please remember that I said this would happen. 2, there's a place that sells beer and wine right across the street, and another place, a proper wine store, a few storefronts down. I do not have to wander far to find more places to buy alcohol, so it doesn't seem to fulfill any real need. But whatever benefits accrue from a third place to buy beer in a 500-foot or so radius might be. Another thing that concerns me, and you know the traffic situation at rush hour outside the Quincy Center T, is the significant likelihood that people will start double parking to run in to buy booze. There's essentially no parking, and while they might get some foot traffic, presumably it's only worth it if they get more than foot traffic, and that means more people parking or double parking to run in. At the store across the street, people park in a no parking zone all the time to run in. I'm not suggesting this will happen a lot, but it will happen enough to potentially be a problem during rush hour. I realize none of these are knockout arguments or anything, but another factor is what effect it may have on one of the few cool, unique places in the center, the Gypsy Kitchen. Full disclosure, I enjoy a nice red and I like having that little shop there and would hate to see it go underwater, in part because there's now a third place slinging wine within 500 feet of my door. That place, Fat Cat, the Karma Lounge, and maybe 1 or 2 other places are the best, the hippest things the center has. So there's that. I just can't imagine any argument by which granting this additional license adds more to the city and the neighborhood than it's going to subtract. And I think in fairness, the drug abuse problem in this same vicinity should not be left out of the discussion in terms of adding more booze to that mix. Anyway, my 2 cents. Thank you for your time and consideration. Best, Kev Mulcahy. Dear Commissioner Shealy, it's come to my attention that your board will be considering the transfer of a liquor license from Franklin Beer and Wine to Richdale Convenient at 1205 Hancock Street. I'm writing to oppose this action and ask you to share this with all interested parties. To revitalize Quincy Center, it is important to offer diversification in order to draw people to that area. Presently, there are 2 other businesses in that area that offer the sale of alcohol. Given that that need is covered, what other services might be considered to draw people to Quincy Center or service people who live there? It would be wonderful to have a high-quality Thai restaurant like the Siam House. This restaurant was previously located in Quincy Center, but it disappeared. I often went to this dinner and brought guests. It was well-attended and had a loyal client base. Bring back the Siam House. Another service that would draw people to Quincy Center would be a decent movie theater. Quincy used to have 2 theaters, but now we have none. So I drive to Hingham Shipyard to view movies, and while there I eat at Panera's and shop at Trader Joe's. In summary, another liquor license to a convenience store in the center of Quincy is redundant. Let's think of other types of businesses and services to revitalize the city of Presidents. Thank you for your consideration. Faye Anderson from Squam. Dear Mr. Shaley, I am writing to voice my opposition to the transfer of the liquor license currently held by Franklin Beer and Wine to the Richdale Convenience Store on Hancock Street, Quincy Center. I feel it would be a grave mistake for the city to give a convenience store in this area a liquor license and counterintuitive to the plans to develop and upgrade this area. I hold as an example the downtown area of Waltham, Massachusetts. Although I live in Quincy, I go to the downtown area of Waltham regularly to meet friends, see a movie, and dine. It is a lovely area to walk, and it is a safe place. I think it is a model that Quincy should look at as we go forward with the redevelopment and growth of the center of our town. I do not feel giving this convenience store a liquor license will benefit the community. Please let us develop this area in a way that will enhance our community and maybe even draw folks from Waltham to Quincy, as I have been drawn to Waltham's town center. Thank you, Joyce Doncaster, Squantum, Mass. Dear Commissioner Shaley, I'm writing this email to voice my opposition to the proposed transfer of Franklin Beer and Wine's liquor license to the Richdale Convenience Store in Quincy Center. I feel that this move would be in direct conflict with the vision for the city, which to my understanding provides for licenses to attract restaurants. To allow another convenience store in Quincy Center to sell beer and wine does not seem to fit with the larger plan for revitalizing the city. There is already a convenience store, Goodies, that sells beer and wine. To all outward appearances, they seem to run a reputable store. Their location in the building with Quincy College and many other businesses does provide convenience for those who frequent their store. On the other hand, I do not see how Richdale would offer the same convenience given their location. Given the serious lack of available parking in that area, I would not foresee this being a destination for those who need to make a quick beer or wine purchase. I would expect that a great deal of their customer base would be the tea riders who are not likely to purchase beer and wine to carry on the train. Quincy Center needs to attract more small businesses such as boutique-type clothing stores, gift shops, and other similar, more purposeful types of businesses that would complement the growth coming from the addition of the new apartment spaces. I would expect that those residents would enjoy being in walking distance of business locations that would bring value by offering essentials and necessary goods and services. Thank you in advance for your consideration of my views. Sincerely, Janet Lewis, Howes Neck Resident. I believe that is all of the communications that I have. And with that, we've already opened it up to the public. Anybody in the audience have any comments, questions?
Can I speak?
Sure.
I won't be as long as any of those letters. They were all pretty similar. That was pretty funny. But basically, my question was, is there anything right in front of Quincy Center train station right now? Anyone selling beer and wine in that building? Like basically where the old city hall was all the way to Starbucks, is there anyone doing beer and wine? So when they're saying within 500 feet, where are they talking about?
Gypsy
Across the
Kitchen.
street? Okay, so, I mean, therefore, if there isn't any, if there was one already doing there, I would maybe be like, you know, transfer it, that would be okay. But if there isn't one there, I'm picturing, 40 ounces. I mean, you really can't stop them from selling 40s, can you?
Nope.
You gotta give them a license, so it's all, it's almost like they need plans. There could be a really nice liquor store there. I'm thinking like Beacon Hill or something, whatever, but to just let someone sell beer and wine there and have everyone that walks around the train station to be able to easily get a beer, I am not for that either. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Okay. Board members, comments, questions?
Just a question. The use, is it a waiver from planning being the
There was,
special
yes.
permit? Oh, there is.
Yeah, we did receive a waiver for the opening of the Richdale convenience from planning.
So for that space, they
Yeah.
granted a waiver.
They
for
did,
that use.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was some time ago. If I may, Mr. Chairman, just
Sure.
respond to that as well. I think it really has to be thought of as not just an entity or a store that's selling beer and wine. This is a store of convenience. He services the residents of Monroe Place, as well as others in the area. This is just another product he will be selling, for his success. He's been operating on Granite Street for the last 10 months. He's been proactive in doing things there to address any concerns that area has had as well. Removing there was a bench that was there on that corner, which attracted less people that you'd like to see there. So he's been proactive in that area, and I feel he'll do that here as well. So again, it's a different product that he's selling at this store, the Gypsy Kitchen. She does specialize in some wines as well as some craft beer. He'll add to that for people of different tastes.
Can I ask you about signage in the windows?
Absolutely.
You're gonna have a ton of it, I know we just opened up.
It's a historic district.
It is, yeah. For the Richdale sign alone, we had to go through historical just to have that.
I'm talking about neon sign that says Bud Light, or a sign that says, 30 packs for $19.99, things like that. You can't have signs like that up.
Anything would be under the purview of historical as
Okay.
well, right?
Okay. Any other comments, Chief Banner?
Mr. Patel, we had an inspection there very recently, and some conditions were pointed out. Are you aware of what the
Yes.
inspector found?
Yes.
And you're going to correct those?
Yes.
Okay, and now that you'll be storing more goods there, you still have to keep those exits open.
Correct.
You can't, 6 o'clock on Sunday, you want to move things, you still have to have free access to those exits.
That's correct.
I understand you have to maintain those.
Yes.
We did have an applicant in here in our last meeting, and it was an applicant that we reconsidered, and one of the concerns that I had was minors being able to buy alcohol. The applicant then told us, told the board, that they had cameras strategically placed that would provide information and maybe identify problems. Do you have those as well?
Yes, I will. I don't have any, I'll be adding more cameras to what I have. I just have like 2 right now. But I will be adding more cameras to make sure that, I will have a specific ID checker that I currently use in 380 Granite Street, which is, my policy has always been whoever comes to buy beer or wine, if they're the age of under age of 35, I check their ID, I will scan it through, only if the scanner says yes, then I allow. So that's been my policy, all my stores.
And I believe there are cameras around the train station as
Yes.
well that identify the problems. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I'd just like to make a couple of comments to address some of the letters that we received. I understand that probably people don't like a convenience store there. There is a convenience store there. Could it be made better use of the space? Would we like to have an upscale restaurant? There's a lot of different things we could put in there. However, there is a convenience store in there. What he's looking to do is just sell 2 more products, essentially beer and wine. And, we wouldn't be having this discussion if he was talking about milk and bread. He sells convenience items. Beer and wine are a convenience item. So I don't have any real objection to it. I don't think it's going to add to the area, but I don't think it's going to detract from the area. It may spread some of the business out to some of the other places, but so be it. I have no control over that. But as far as bringing people down there, particularly to buy beer and wine, I think it's just a matter of convenience. If they're buying a lottery ticket or a loaf of bread and they pick up a 6-pack of beer, it's just good for his business, but it's just essentially just another item.
Okay. And just for clarification on the Sunday hours, the license that you get will be good from noon to 6 on Sunday, but if you want to open at 10 a.m. on Sunday, that is going to require a separate file. Okay, the ABCC requires that. So if it's just going to be noon to 6 on Sunday, you're fine with what we're going to give you today. And I believe it's going to be 2 motions, one for the license and then one for the pledge.
And you said the pledge is Rockland Trust.
Yeah, and I think we had I think we had done the same request for 380 Granite Street as well, for the different hours of operation. I think it was a matter of just testing it first, you know, see how that
Seeing how it
then we
goes.
just change, right?
So you may be back, you may not.
Great, thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of Richdale Convenience Store, 1205 Hancock Street, Parash Patel, and the manager for a transfer and change of location for the retail wine and malt package store license presently held by Tran B&W LLC, Franklin Beer and Wine, 55 and 53 Franklin Street, represented by Robert Fleming, with the hours of 10 to 10 and 12 to 6, 10 to 10 Monday through Saturday, and 12 to 6 on Sunday.
Second?
Motion made and seconded to grant the request of Richdale Convenience, 1205 Hancock Street, Paritesh Patel, the manager, for the transfer and change of location of the retail wine and malt package store license presently held by Tran B&W LLC, Franklin Beer and Wine at 5355 Franklin Street, represented by attorney Robert Fleming, with the hours 10 to 10 Monday through Saturday, noon to 6 on Sunday. All in favor? Aye.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a second motion to grant the request of Richdale Convenience located at 1205 Hancock Street, where Parash Patel, the manager, for a pledge of license of the retail wine and malt package store license presently held by Tran B&W LLC, Franklin Beer and Wine, 55 and 53 Franklin Street, represented by Robert Fleming, Esquire,
Second?
to Rockland Trust.
Motion made and seconded to grant the request of Richdale Convenience, 1205 Hancock Street, Paritesh Patel, the manager, for the pledge of license of the retail wine and malt package store license at 5350, let me do this again. Motion, I'm thinking about it too much. Motion made and seconded to grant the request of Richdale Convenience for the pledge of license to Rockland Trust, 1205 Hancock Street, Paritesh Patel, the manager, for the pledge of the retail wine and malt license to Rockland Trust. All in favor? Aye. You are all set with that.
Thank you so much.
We still will do one more second call on agenda item number 4. Are you George? No? Take care. So we're going to do one last call for George Athanopoulos for the common vicular license. And then the Arts Festival. Anyone here from the Arts Festival? And that will be put on hold too. With the Arts Festival?
I have no idea, she called me and said.
It's not in between now and the next
I
meeting.
guess not. I mean, if
Oh,
it's
yeah, it
a,
is. I told
is it
her
a special use permit that they're looking for?
for wine and malt. She called me 5 minutes before we were leaving us, and it was like next week or, what's this, November 1st?
Well, yeah.
Maybe the second or third week of November, it's before we.
Well, if she needs a one-day one malt, we can
We have to get
convene it,
three.
and we can, 3 of us can meet to at least do that. I mean, if it's a charity, it's not a really big deal. So, with that, do I have a motion to waive the minutes from the last meeting, waive the reading?
Motion made.
Motion made, second. All in favor? Aye. That will conclude today's meeting of the Quincy Board of License Commissioners. Thank you all for attending.